All right, so now that you've got the basics of a binary ionic compound, which is just a metal and a nonmetal right off the periodic table, we're going to move on to something called polyatomic ions. And these are groups of atoms or groups of elements together that act as a single unit. So you never ever take them apart. These things come together all the time. And that together they have a charge. So like this right here is ammonium. You guys know it as NH4, hopefully by now. And NH4 has a positive 1 charge. Here we have another one down here. This is phosphate. Phosphate is a phosphorus atom surrounded by 4 oxygen, and together, they work together, they have a 3 minus charge. So these, I think they're pretty easy to work with because all you got to think about is this is one thing, okay? You're never going to change any subscript. So like when I give you NH4, this is one thing. You are never going to change this. That was hard. I'm trying to draw an arrow. This subscript right here, ever, because then it wouldn't be ammonium anymore. For example, if I change this 4 to a 3, that's ammonia. And those are 2 very different compounds. So don't ever, ever, ever change the subscript of a polyatomic ion. It is always what it is. That is just like its thing, I guess you could say. Think of like, was it Benifer? Ben and Jennifer? Like they're always together. That might be a little old now, but I'm not sure how that aged. When you use these in ionic compounds, if you have more than one, you're going to put it in parentheses. So for example, if I have 3 NH4s, okay, I'm going to put it in a parentheses and put a 3 here. Now that's when it's combined with something else. If it's just 3 ammonium, then I would put the 3 in front. But because I'm looking at binding and I'm looking at compounds, it's going to go in the parentheses. If you have 1, then you don't need the parentheses because the symbol itself actually indicates one of them. So let's try a couple together. Okay, so let's look at magnesium sulfate. We're going to do this the exact same way we did the binary compound. So you start small. You're going to start with step 1. What are the symbols? Write them down. Mg. And then you should know sulfate, SO4. Step 2, write the charges. Mg is a 2 plus. SO4 together is a 2 minus. Look at that. I have a 1-to-1 ratio, nice and simple, no parentheses needed. I'm just going to write it out. Now, because this is a polyatomic ion, the ending doesn't change. Okay, so this is just magnesium sulfate. Pretty easy, right? Let's try another one. So I put the name of it down here so you can see we have aluminum plus sulfate. So again, let's just do it step by step. Write the symbols, aluminum, and then we have SO4. These are hard to write, or is it SO3? Hang on, let me double check. My brain's not really working right now. I cannot write this to save my life. Anyway, so we're going to write the symbol. Step number 2, write the charges. I know aluminum is a 3 plus. I know sulfate is a 2 minus. Okay. Notice that these do not balance. I've got a 3 and I've got a 2. Now I'm going to show you the crisscross method. I happen to think that's the easiest way to do it. You're going to take this number, not the charge, just the numbers, and you're going to crisscross it to the bottom. This is what we call the crisscross method. Okay, super easy. Put the 2 there, put it together, you get aluminum. And remember, I took this 2 and put it here, so I have 2 aluminums. I took this 3 and I'm going to put it outside of sulfate. So it would be SO4, and I have 3 of those. Okay, so if we think about the charges, if I have a 3 plus for aluminum and I have 2 of them, that gives me 6 pluses total on the cation side. Okay, sulfur is a 2 minus. I have 3 of them. That's perfect. That gives me 6 minuses. So notice those all balance, which is what our goal is. Yay. All right. I think, I've got one more for you. So go ahead and pause the video, try this one out, ammonium plus phosphate, and then let's do it together. So pause, see what you get, and let's try it. Okay, so hopefully you know ammonium. We're going to do it step by step. Step number 1, write the symbols. Ammonium is NH4, phosphate, PO4. That's a P. I know it doesn't look like it. There we go. Okay. Second step, write the charges. I know NH4 is +1. I know PO4 is a 3 minus. Okay. And I'm going to crisscross. So the 1's going to go down here. The 3 is going to go down here. Remember, it's just the number, not the charges we're crisscrossing. So I get NH4. This is not easy to write, you guys. I hope you appreciate this. Notice I had to put it in parentheses because I have more than one of them. I have 3, but I only have 1. Let me get a different color here. 1 that's going to go down to PO4, so it doesn't need parentheses. PO4. So there is my ammonium phosphate. Yay, that's it, guys. I hope that helped. I hope you guys have a great day. Thank you so much. Take care.